Good morning. The last time that you were here, we were learning about something called one-point perspective, which is a way to show space and a way to show depth in your artwork. And I showed you a few examples of some different landscapes that you could do or that show one-point perspective. So today what I'm going to do is show you how to start drawing your perspective project, which is going to be a landscape. So it will be a picture, an outdoor picture, a picture of some land. And there might be like a road in it or something that goes away in the distance to make it look like there is a lot of space in the picture. I will do that demonstration in just a minute. All right, so we are going to get started on our perspective drawing. This is one-point perspective. And what you are going to do is take a ruler or some type of straight edge and not quite halfway up your paper, you're going to draw a horizontal line from the left side of your paper all the way to your right side, okay? Now, somewhere towards the middle of that line, you're going to make a dot. That dot is very important because that's where we get the term one-point perspective. Things have to go to that point, okay? So the closer that things get to that point, the smaller they get. So I want to draw a road, and I would recommend that you draw a road or a path or like a river, something like that, that is going to that point. Now, it can go right to the edge of the paper, but it doesn't have to, or the corner of the paper, I should say, but it should connect all the way until it touches either the bottom or the side of your paper. So this is going to be our road. Now, if I want a road that has like a center line, I'm going to make the center line go to that point as well, just like this. And if I want like a dotted center line, I would go like this. And the further away, or the closer to that dot it gets, the smaller or shorter those lines will get. So it starts to look like this. And eventually, you wouldn't even see the dots. Like, it would just start ending up looking like a line. Okay, so now it's looking like I'm standing right in the middle of the road, looking down the road, okay? Now back in here, this right now is sky, but if I wanted to put like mountains, I could put some tall mountains like that. Maybe I want one that's a little bit shorter, and maybe I want one peeking in here that's kind of hiding behind it. I wouldn't want to put mountain right here because unless there's a tunnel going through it, there wouldn't be any place for the road. Okay, you could put some snow on top of the mountains if you want. Like that. And then what's really going to start making it look like one-point perspective, or like something is getting further and further away, is when we add something that goes along the road here, okay? Now this is probably the trickiest part of the project, and really once you kind of talk your brain into believing you, it's not so bad. But what happens is that when we put something along here, our brain tells us that we need to turn it this way. In reality, we need whatever it is to go straight up and down. So if I was drawing a tree, we all know that the tree that's the closest to us should be the biggest. Okay, so maybe I want a pine tree like this. Okay, and I made sure that it goes straight up and down. It's parallel with the edge of my paper. That is super important. And if your tree goes off the edge of the paper, no big deal. Okay, now I know that when I do this, I make it look kind of easy. You're probably thinking I'm crazy saying that people always make them look like they're tipping over, but I'm serious. There's something to do with this line that makes people, rather than drawing straight up and down, it makes people want to draw them this way, and then your trees are going to look like they're tipping into the road. So this tree is close. I want to do another tree back here. This tree is going to be smaller because it's a little bit further away. Okay, if I do another one, this tree is going to be even smaller. And even smaller. Okay, and I would do the same thing on this side. So this is how you make a perspective drawing. Now, if you want to add more into it, that is perfectly fine. Maybe you want clouds, maybe there's an airplane, maybe there's a teeny tiny mountain goat climbing on the mountain. You be creative, make it look how you want. But for today, we're just working on the drawing part of the project. All right, if you have any questions, please let me know.